Hey, Shalom Israel. I'm priest and officer of 500, Officer Haward to my right.
Priest and officer of 1,000, I.S.U.P.K.
I'd like to salute all the Adawanyam, all the Akim, all the men of Israel. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbat. Salute all the Akwati and all the sisters. Yahweh Shemar, Alathan, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. All right, this is the I.S.U.P.K. Philadelphia Sabbath service. As you all know, the I.S.U.P.K. was started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. And since 1969, the I.S.U.P.K., the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, has been bringing out the truth of the Holy Bible that so-called blacks, so-called Latinos or Hispanics, and Native Indians of First Nation people or the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the ethnic and biblical Jews, the chosen people of God. Right, so again, this is the I.S.U.P.K. We're going to start the Sabbath service. So the men up here at Majum. Sabbath, I call you up, present thyself. Officer Ibad, I'll present thyself.
Ibad Haya, Ban Bayamyan, Ban Yashral.
Ibad Haya, Ban Bayamyan, Ban Yashral.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat. Oh, Charles, I put it in. I have so just pass me the shot. For the young wine.
YAHANNA, which means Israel.
As the congregation at Madium, Wasar, Wapanya Hakodam, rise and face the east.
On the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Tamah. Atazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Maharataza. Fuwa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanawa. Lacham. Ka. Yawan. Wasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Wala'ah. Walayaynawa. Wanasai one. Abal. Awashaynawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakha. Amalakwa. Oha'ala. Wadapara. Aloyim. Aman. English translation, Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Baruch Shai, Nathanawa, Akat, Barpa'ah, Kamakala, Kamadawa, Akat, Latohar, Amatazariah, Akat, Ba'akri, Amathi, Akat, Arakawat, Atama Allah, the Gorshan, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Wa'aman. English translation, power. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak Lanao, YAHANNA, YAHANNA, Sapari, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Bless Israel, English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahushua, thank you so big. Barakatah Yahweh, YAHANNA, Wamayaka Walahai, Matazabaya, Alawat Yahanna, Ahalawapia, Harasaranium, Aquatazayaya, Achayaya, Wahakwati, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Wada Amun. Power structure blessing, English translation. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels. Commander General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you so big.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K,
Ayanya, Ahoria, Mayan, Yabaa, Izoria, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamaya, Waharatiza, Al-Yathan, Namawat, Magalka, Al-Yanawan, Shamarka, Hana, Na'a, Yanawan, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yemenka, Yawamun, Hashamat, La'a, Yakaka, Laira, Alayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kazaatka, Wawaatka, Baita, Wa'ayla Glove. All right. 121st Psalms, English translation. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not
will
slumber.
not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel
He that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth
and even forevermore.
and forevermore.
Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayam,
Al-Hayam,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Dacharash,
Al-Dacharash,
Al-Dashakwat,
Al-Dashashwat,
Al-Kayahanna,
Kayahanna,
Al-Yabika,
Awayabika,
Yamma,
Yahama,
Your
Yawud,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Sawadah,
Sawadah, Wayata, Ya'aitazawah, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amora, Wakawa, Wanakakiro, Wagalia, Wala'a, Yazakor, Shem Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Yawa'aitazawah, Laba, Yachadwa, Aliyaka, Wariyat, Yacharakwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashimai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wagori, Babor, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Halishak, and your Shabya, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nanawat, Hayamud, Hayawad, Zawai, Labanyalawat, Salah, I.S.U.P.K, Samadia, Kasiya, Sarah, Tayabia, Malachal, Y.A.H.W.A, Yashimadu, Bayan, Dara, Kaiwa, Daman, Ladatma, Shayatanu, Nadayadmu, Kaira, Wakazaba, Wakazazmanai, Holy Nasiya Kunwa, Ashore, Amorwa, I.S.U.P.K, Nanawat, Nawat, Alahayum, Alahaya, Shayatanu, Galgala, Okwash, Okanya Ruka, Ka'ash, Baba Ira Yaira, Wakhalabat, Falahat, Ariyum, Khan, Varadakma, Basa Iraka, Babasa, Wapaka, Baba Alum, Mala'a, Hanyahom, Kuala One, Wayabashwa, Shabbat, Yahweh, Yahashua, Wayabahalwa, Ayai, Wayasabarwa, Wayabadwa, Wayabaiwa, Kayata, Shabbat, Yahweh, Labaka, Al-Kaharatasa. Psalms 83 in this translation. Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabor and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabez, at the brook of Kishon, which perished in Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their noses like a red, and like the air. Hey, all their princes, as Zabah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, and as a fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set at the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Psalm, please turn. All right. You shopping. Stop this one. Get it? Water for joining us for another Sabbath service. Thank the Lord for bringing us to another Sabbath day, a day of rest. Christ said the Sabbath was created for man, not man for the Sabbath. As long as you give the Most High his due, his respect, his honor on the Sabbath day, then the rest of the day is for you to rest and relax and, do what you want to do. A lot of people go to the scripture in Isaiah where it says, do not thy pleasure. Well, that pleasure is what? Making money. It's to people that own businesses that will have you work. So the Lord gave us this day to rest from our labor, right? But you could do what you want to do as far as within the law. Right. So we like to welcome priest and officer of 1,000, Officer Malachi. So let's give him a hand. On the back. He so graciously held the Sabbath service down for years, and in the spirit of brotherhood and mercy, he allowed me to continue, and he will just assist me in the Sabbath service. So we welcome his presence. We honor his presence, and we thank him for this opportunity. All right, so we'll go into the reading. We left off from Genesis 46 and 20, 47 and 20.
So I can real quick over.
Come.
So in this prayer, the prayer for the power, when it says, "Give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, all manner of disease," we have that power inside the U.P.K. You understand? Because we understand that medicine comes from the Most High, and that will heal your sickness, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. We are the only ones that teach you to take your medicine. Right. We're the only ones that's not afraid to take the medicine that America gives, because we know that it comes from the Most High. So the stuff that we praying for in these prayers, we have that power, and we see the effects and the benefits of having that power. You understand? We will convince people to take the medicine. We'll take it ourselves. You understand? That help with these mental issues that we get from being in America, from being oppressed. Just like how we praying for the tempest, how we praying for the storms, how we praying for the fires. We see everything that's happening, and that's because of the power that the Most High has given us. The Most High listening to our prayers. You understand? Never underestimate the power of a prayer from a righteous person. You understand? Everything that we're praying for, we see it come to life. When Christ said that we'll have the power to move mountains. These mountains are the governments. We see these governments being shaken up all across the globe. All these wars going on. You understand? The Middle East, Israel, Russia, China, America. All these powers is being shaken up, all because of the power that the Most High has given us, and him listening to our prayers, because we keeping these laws. You understand? We have faith that the Most High will hear us because we keeping these laws. Right. So
you said we do the so we're going to start Genesis 47 and to verse 20 in the Lashon Kodash.
I'll take it. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, and verse 20. Y-A-H-N-N-A, Y-A-H-N-N-A, Adamath, Matazarium, La Paraiha, Kaya, Makarwa, Matazarium, Ayash, Shadawa, Kaya, Chazak, Al-Ilham, Harai, Wathaya, Ha'arataza, La Paraiha. Verse 21. Wa'ath, Ha'ain, Ha'aybayar, Athwa, La Iwayam, Makwataza, Gabawa, Matazarium, Wa'id, Kwatazawa. Verse 22. Rock, Adamath, Hakahanyam, La'a, Kwa-na, Kaya, Kwak, Lakahanyam, Ma'ath, Paraiha, Wa'akawa, Ath, Kakwam, Ashar, Nathan, Laham, Paraiha, Io, Kan, La'a, Makarwa, Ath, Adam Math. Adam Thumb. Verse 23. Waya Amar. Yawasa. Ha'ain. Hun. Kwana Yahya. Afkam. Ha-Yawam. Wa'af. Ad-Damathkam. La-Ka Ra'aiha. Ha'a. Lakam. Zara. Wa Zaraitham. Af. Ha-Adama. Verse 24. Wahaya. Ba-tha-ba wa'af. Wa-na-thatham. Chama Yashya. La Paraiha. Wa'ai Rabbi. Ha Yadath. Yahaya. Lakam. Lazarai. Ha Shaddai. Wala Kalkam. Wala Ashar. Baba Yakam. Waya Akal. La Ta Kam. Verse 25. Waya Amar Wa Ha Yaf Now. Na Ma Taza'a. Khan. Ba Yan Ya. Adan Ya. Waha Ya Nawa. Ibad Yam. La Paraiha. Verse 26. Waya Sham Atha Yawasa La Chak. Id Ha Yawam. Hazah Ayo Adamath Matazarium La Pa Raiha La Cha Mash Rak Adamath Haka Hanyam La Badam La Hayatha La Paraiha. That's in the first seven.
So we do the second seven?
Can we do it?
Dr. Sheriff, if I could. All right, so we do 27 to
34.
4. Okay, come. Genesis 47
Genesis 48.
and 27 and 48 and 2. Genesis 47 and 27. YAHANNA, Yasharala, Ba'aratazar, Matazarium, Ba'aratazar, Gashan, Waya'akazawa, Ba'a, Harawa, Rabawa, Ma'ad, verse 28. Yaiquab, Ba'aratazar, Matazarium, Shabai, Aishra, Shana, Wayahaya, Yamaya, Yaiquab, Shanya, Yawa, Shabai, Shanayam, Wa'arabayam, Wama'af, Shana, verse 29, Wayaqwarabawa, Yamaya, Yasharala Lama Wath Waya Kwara'a Laba Nawa Laya Wat La Yawa Sap Waya Amor Lawa Na'a Batazar Afya Khan Ba'ai Yanau Yun Yak Ba'ai Yana Yak Shayum Na'a Yadadak Fakhaf Yara Kaya wa Aisha Yaf Aima Daya Kasad wa Amath Al Na'a Fakwa Bara Naya Bamatazara Yum. Verse 30. Washa Bathya Aim Abathaya Wana Sha'af Naya Mama Tazar Riyam Wakwa Rath Naya Bakwa Barath Thum Waya Amar Anakya Aisha Barak, verse 31. Waya Amar Hasha Bai Laya Wayash Ai Lawa Wayash Waya Shath Kawa Yasha'ala Ail Wa'ash Hamata Pa. Genesis 48 and 1. Waya Haya Acharya Hadabarium Ha'ala Waya Amar Laya Wasap Hana Abayan or Yak Kala Waya Kwak Af Shanya Bana Yawo Aimwa Af Manasha Wa'af Aparium Waya Gad La Ya'aikwab Waya Amar Hana Banak Yawasap Ba'a Layak Wayaf Kazak Yasha'ala Wayashab and is that and sit down Wayashab and sit, huh? Or sat and sat upon Wayashab Ail Hamata, verse 3. That's it.
All right, Genesis chapter 48, verse 3. Waya Amar, Ya'aikwab, Al Yawasap, Al Sharia, Nara'af, Al Ya, Bala, what Wazaf, Ba'aratza, Kanaan, Waya Barak, Afya, verse 4. Waya Amor, Alya, Ha Naya, Ma Kwarak, Wa Rab Yatham, Thak, Wana Tayak, Lakwa Hal, Imorium, Wana Tayak, Af, Arataza, Za Af, Laza Ra'ak, Yak, Zaf, I.W.L.M. Verse 5. Sorry, the 3 word. Verse 5. Wa'athaha. Wan Shanya. Banyak. Hana Wal. The Yum. Laka. Ba'arataza. Ma'atazarium. Bayak. Al-Yak, Ma'atazar, Yama, Laya, Hum, Parium, Wama, Nasha, Kara, Waban, Washamai, 1, Yaha, Laya, verse 6, Wama Wal the Thak Ashur Hawa the Dath. Dath. Trying to find this word.
Second, verse 6, second line, last word to the left.
Alacha Rayahum Laka Yaha Yawan Yaha Yawa Al Shum Aha Yahum Yah Quar Awa Bana Ha La was that no thumb. Verse 7 Wa Anya Baba Aya Ma Padun Matha Alya Rachal Ba'arataza Kanaan Badarak Ba'awad Kabarath Arataza Laba Ratham Ratha Wa'aqwa Barak Shum Bakarak Aparath Awa Bayatham Lacham, verse 8. Wayarak Yashala Ath Banya Yawasap Waya Amor Maya Allah, verse 9. Waya Amor Yawasap Al Bayan Banya Hum Ashar Nathawan Laya Alahayam Baza Waya Amor Kwa Ham Na'a Aliyah Barakam, verse 10.
So that's 10 to 17. 10 to 17 is the next 7.
10 to 16.
16.
So that's 21. You want to take this now?
No, let's just go to the last one.
Oh, okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 48, and verse 10. YAHANNA, Yasharala, Ka Badwa, Mazakun, La'a, Yahweh, Lara, Wa, Wayagash, Atham, Y-A-H, Lahum, Yahaha, Bak, Laham. Verse 11. Waya Amar, Yasharala, Al Yawasap, Ra'aiha, Pa Pun Yaka, La'a, Pa Lalath, Ya, Wa Ha Na, Ha Ra'aha, Af, Ya, Alahayam, Gum, Af, Za Ra'ai, A'ak. Verse 12. Wa ya wataza Yawasap Atham Ma'ain Ba Rak Yawa Waya Shaf Waya Shafak Wa La I Ak Yawa Ara Taza. Verse 13. Waya Kwak Yawasap Af Shana Yaham Af Aparayam Bayam Ma Yanawa Ma Shema Allah Yashrala Wa'af Ma Nasha Ba Shema Al-Awa Ma Yama Yun Yashrala Wa Yagash Al Yuwa. Verse 14. Waya Shalak Yashrala Af Yama Yanawa Wa Yashaf Al Ra'ash Aparayam Waha Wa'a Hatazayar Wa'af Shama Al Wa Al Ra'ash Mana Shah Shakal Af Yad Yawa Kaya Mana Shah Hanba Kawar. Verse 15. Waya Barak Af Yawasap Waya Amar Ha La Yam Ha Alahayam Ashar Hatha Ha Lakwa Abathya Lapanyawa Abaraham Waya Tazakwak Ha Alayam Ha Ra'aiha Afya Ma Iwadya I Ha Yawam Hazah. Verse 16. Hamalaaka Hagal Afya Makal Rai Yabarak Af Hana Irayam Waya Quabra Baham Shamya Washam Abathya Abaraham Waya Tazakwak Waya Dagwa La Ra Pa Quara Ha Arakala.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Verse 16.
Mhm.
And the angel, right? Ha Mala'ak. It's like you, sir, your name is Mala'ak. Yeah, so is it his angel or the Most High's angel?
My name is Mala'ak. Yeah.
Right, so,
This is just Malak, which is angel. Mala'ak.
oh, it's Ha Mala'ak.
Yeah, Mala'ak is an angel.
So your name means
My name is Messenger.
messenger. So it's
It's
similar,
pretty much the
right?
same because angels are messengers.
Right.
So it's like, I believe that is the root word, like mala'ak. That's the root
Right.
word.
Okay. And so and Michael, it's the same thing. So it's three things.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Mala'ak Yah, and Ha-Malak.
Yeah.
Ha-Malak. I mean, right? Because Malak, right? Because Malak is also king.
Yeah.
So, but it's in context.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So. Now, when I seen that, I said Ha-Malak. I was like, okay, sounds similar to your name. Okay. So, but see, Hebrew is like interchangeable, you know.
It's somewhere where it says messenger. It says it clear, but just without the yah. So it's malak.
Okay. All right. So, but I think I like this format. I don't know, like we each do 7. So instead of doing 21 verses off the side by, what do you think? It's easier. It flows easier, right? When we do that. So all right. The next 7 is on me, right? You just did 7. So I'm going from 17 to 22 or 20.
23.
End of 23.
Yeah, 23. Okay. And is that the last?
Then Officer Malak.
And then one more. Okay, one more round. Okay. Let's try to get through it. Like I said, because if we had to stop and break down the English, it would just prolong it. So let's get through the Hebrew, and then we could get to it. And I think it makes for a better breakdown for the audience as we go through the English. If they have any questions in the chat, we could have time to go back and forth. All right. Genesis 48 and 17. Yah what's up? What's that? It's kind of cut off. What character is that? Naya, Chaya, Yasha, Yath, Abba Yawo. See why is it cutting off? Can't see. Maybe if I make it easier to see, because I can't see it. Yes, you got all the endings of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that all the vowels. Okay, let me see if we can get through it. Where we left off. Abba Yawo. What's that?
Stop it. That's
Yad. Yama. Nawo.
yeah.
All or Kol. Isle. Ra'ash. Aparium. Waya Ra'ai. Ka'ai. Yana. Yawa. Atha Mak. Yes, I'll cut off me and see if I can. Why is it cutting it off? Let me see. It's like one moment. See if I go back into it. If it 48 and still cutting off. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, where I left off at. Aporium, Waya Ra'ai, Ba'ai Na Yawo, Wayath Mak, Wayamak, Wayath Mak, Yad, Abba Yewa, Lahasa Yor, Atha, Ma'ail, Ra'ash, Aporium, Ail, Ra'ash, Manasha. This should be easy because it's the tribes. Waya Amor, Yawasap, Ol, Abba Yawo, La'a, Kun, Abaya, Kaya, Zah, Habakar, Shayum, Yama Yanakya, Ayel, Ra'ashwa, verse 19. Waya Ma'a, Waya Ma'awa,
That's enough.
Waya Ma'un, Abba Yawo, Waya Amor, Yada'aith, Yada'aith, Banya, Yada'aith, Gum, Hawa'a, Yahaya, La'aim, Wa Gum, Hawa'a, Yagado, Wa'alam, Achayawo, Hakwatan, Yagado, Mama Nawo, Wazaraiwa, Yahaya, Mala'a, Haga, Wayum, verse 20, Waya Borkum, Baya Wum, Haha, Wa'a, La'amarwa, looks like it, La'amawar, Kan, Yabarak, Yashu'ala, La'amar, Yashamak, Alahayim, Ka'aparium, Waka Manisha, Wayeshum, Aparium, Lapanya, Manasha, verse 21, Waya Amor, Yashu'ala, Ol, Yawasap, Hana, Anachaya, Matha, Wahaya, Alahayim, Aimakam, Wahashayab, Athakam, Ol, Arataza, Abatha Yacham, Wa'anya, Nathathia, Lacha, Shacham, verse 22, Shacham, Achad, Ayel, Achayak, Ashor, Lachathaya, Mayak, Amoria, Bakarabaya, Wabakwash, Thaya, Pa. That's it, 22 or 23? 40.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 49 and 1. So go to 49 and 1.
Yeah, and the first one.
Waya Ra'a, Ya'aikwab, O, Banayawa, Waya Amor, Ha'asap, Wa'aga Yada, Lacham, Af, Ashar, Yakwara'a, Athacham, Ba'aka, Rayath, Hayamayum. That's it. It's lucky. Oh, you took them all? Oh.
Which option?
It's, you go to settings.
It's a WLC, right?
Find text.
And then the parallel.
Which one did you say?
Isn't it the WLC?
It should say Hebrew vowels and Hebrew consonants.
But is this the correct way, right? I mean,
Yeah.
without all those. Yeah, you still put in there like. So like we are looking at the Hebrew and he's saying that the way the oppressor jacked up the Hebrew language, we read it pure without all those vowels and accents in the alphabet. So Genesis 49 and 2. Is that the last 7?
Then there's one more 7.
Okay, 1 more 7 after that.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 2. Aqua Batazal wa Shamai wa Banya Ya Aqua wa Shamai Al Yashala Abba Yakum, verse 3. Bra'a wa Ban Bakaraya Atha Kaya Wara Ashyaf Yath Ane Ayanya Atho Barak Sha'ath Waya Thara Ata, verse 4. Pachat Kamayam Al Tawa Thara Aya Aliyah Masha Kavya Avayak Ata Halalath Ya Taza Wa Ayat Ayla, verse 5. Shemai 1. Shemai 1. Waya Yum Kalia Chamasa Makarath Yum, verse 6. Basadam Al Taba'a Napasha Bakwa Halom Al Tahak Kabadia Kaya Pama Ara Gawa Ayash Wa Barata Wabarataza Nam Aquaria Shawar, verse 7. Avra War Apam Kaya Ata Wa Iboratham Kaya Kwashatha Haha Lakum Baya Iqua Wa Ayatazam Baya Yashal, verse 8. Yaha Waka Latha Yawa the rock Waha Yad Yadak Ba I rock Aya Bayak Yasha Hawa Tak Banya Ibadak, verse 9. I started at 2, right?
Good. 8, so that's it. All right, so go from 9 to
9 to
And the
14, 16,
9 to 15 and
15.
15.
At 9 to 15. All right, so we'll do the last 7. Genesis 49 and 9. Gawar, Araya, Yaha, Wada, Matarak, Banya, Ila Yath, Karai, Rabataza, Kaara Ya, Wakal, Bayaa, Maya, Yakwa, Yum, Noah, verse 10. La'a, Yasawar, Shabbat, Maya, Wad Maya Wada Wama Kakwa Maba Yun Raga La Yawo Aid Kaya Yaba'a Shayala Wala Walawa Wawa, that's not right. Walawa Yakwatha Aimayum, verse 11. Asaraya Laga Pua Ayara Walasha Wakwa Banya Athnuwa Kabasa Baya Yun Labashawa Waba Dum Aina Bayum Sawath, verse 12. Ka, is that Kaka or Kala Ya Lawa Aya Nayum Maya Yun Wala Ban Shanayum Machalab, verse 13. Zaba Wala Zaba or Zabalawan Lacha Wap Yamayum Yasha Khan Wa Hawa'a Lachawap Ana Yawaf Wayara Kathwa Isle Tazayadan, verse 14. Yashasha Kar Kamar Garam Wabatazar Bayan Hamasha Pathyam, verse 15. Waya Ra'a Manacha Kaya Tawab Wa'ath Ha'aratazar Kaya Na'ima Wayat Shachamwa Las Sabala Wayahaya Lamasa Ibad. That's the end of 15.
I'll go back to English.
I'll go back to 47 and 20.
Come.
So we're going to start the English, 49 verses, if you could.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47, verse 20. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. For the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. So the land became Pharaoh's. Verse 21. And as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other end thereof. Verse 22. Only the land of the priests bought he not, for the priests had a portion assigned them of Pharaoh, and did eat their portion which Pharaoh gave them. Wherefore they sold not their lands. Verse 23. Then Joseph said unto the people, Behold, I have bought you this day and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass in the increase that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and 4 parts shall be for your own, for seed of the field, and for your food, and for them of your households, and for food of your little ones.
All right, so real quick, right? When you read what Joseph did in Egypt, you could bring it up today and see how so-called Negroes, right, Native Indians helped our oppressor, so-called white man, build a treasure city. Right? When they came over here, the so-called Native Americans taught them how to farm the land. Right? They taught them how to farm the land, how to use the animals for skins, for clothing, to make coats of skins, and so on and so forth. How to grow grains, right? I think they even taught the oppressor, like planting sweet potatoes actually add nutrients back to the soil. So you could see that our people always had the blessings of the Most High to understand agriculture. In the Bible, it's called husbandry. So that's the same thing that Joseph did back then. And you could see evidence of our people helping, even though we're in captivity, we helping the people that that's on top of us to survive and make treasure cities. So when Black people say we build America, yes, we build America without pay. So, but the reason being, we sinned against our God, but God is still with us. If you read when Joseph's brothers sold him in slavery, what did the scripture say? All that Joseph went through, priest Malachi said what? The Lord was still with Joseph. So he was with him when his brothers sold him. He was with him when he was with the Arabs. Then the Arabs sold him to the Africans. And then now he's under the subjection of the Africans. And he's still helping the Africans build a treasure city. Say what? Joseph bought land for Pharaoh.
Right.
Basically, he saved Egypt. You understand? And he was in a position to help his people. Today, the same thing. Like I said, the prophecy about the tribe of Judah, right? Judah's hand should be in the neck of his enemy, meaning what? Right under the government of America is the so-called black man. You see in the so-called election, they was trying to do what, Priest Malachi? Court the so-called black vote, right? Because they know when black people invest in something, it survives. So it's not that your vote really counted, but just your interests keep give their system energy. Because why? Because we're the leaders, right? In the spirit, when the nations see what we do, they follow line step, oversight by it. Right. So the oppressor knows that. So they court the black vote, not that they do anything for black people, but they say what? We give our energy to the system. You understand? When we vote and we get caught up in it, even though we get nothing out of it, but it gives what? The oppressor the energy to what? Keep his kingdom going. Because once the minute their people don't invest in their system or society, you have events like January 6th, Priest Malachi, right? It's like, you want anything, sir?
Yeah, like I've seen Joseph did business with the heathens.
Right.
Like as far as black-owned businesses go, you're gonna have to do business with the heathens. You understand? Real quick. In Hebrews 10:23, it says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith." You understand? We are professionals. So we're doing business is professional. We're not holding no grudge. We're not being emotional behind it. Just like how they do business with us and then go put a hood on in the middle of the night and we don't know no difference. So we're going to do our business with them. We're going to come in here and call our oppressor the devil. We're going to keep doing business back and forth. You understand? Just like how that's why Joseph helped the heathens. You understand? He was a professional. That was what he was sent there to do. Right. You understand? Okay. You got to live here in this land. You're going to have to do business with our oppressor. You're going to have to do business with the heathens. So that's what you got.
This is the book of Genesis, the 47th, verse 25. And they said, "Thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants." Verse 26. And Joseph made it a law over the land of Egypt unto this day, that Pharaoh should have the fifth part, except the land of the priest only, which became not Pharaoh's. Verse 27. And Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the country of Goshen, and they had possessions therein, and grew and multiplied exceedingly. Verse 28. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. 17 years. So the whole age of Jacob was 147 years. Verse 29. And the time drew nigh that Israel must die. And he called his son Joseph and said unto him, "If now I have found grace in thy sight, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and deal kindly and truly with me. Bury me not, I pray thee, in Egypt." Verse 30.
Okay, so real quick, When it says Israel must die, it's not talking about the nation of Israel. It's talking about the progenitor of the nation of Israel. Joseph's father, Jacob, his name was turned to Israel.
Right.
So when it says it came the time for Israel to die, it meant it came time for Jacob to die. And he was what? 147 years old.
Right.
It's like,
Verse 30. But I will lie with my fathers, and thou shalt carry me out of Egypt, and bury me in thy burying place. And he said, I will do as thou hast said. Verse 31. And he said, swear unto me. And he sware unto him. And Israel bowed himself upon the bed's head.
Hey, so like real quick, back in verse 27, they say, and Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the country of Goshen, and they had possessed therein, the possessions therein grew and multiplied exceedingly. You understand? When we first went in to Egypt, it was less than 100 people.
right.
You know, but then we grew in numbers into the people that God promised to Abraham. You know, according to research, that was over the span of 100 years. Like, God don't work on our time.
Right.
He's going to work on his time, but it will happen. Like, nobody else can make plans like that and it still happen. You understand? You know, it's a 1,000 years is as a day to the Most High.
Right.
You understand? We was in there for a few hundred years. A few hundred years is like an afternoon to the Most High.
Right.
So imagine being in the truth for 20 plus years. You think that's a long time? That's like 2 minutes to the Most High, for real.
Right.
Like just like having kids. Like, you turn your back for 2 seconds and then you're already doing something.
Right.
Moses went up in that mountain for like a split second, going to the Most High. Came back down. He was down there making idols. You understand? He turned his back on us for a split second. And we touching the stove. But kids do that all the time. You understand?
Right.
It's just like, you know, the most high, he works in a way that makes sense to him and it will make sense to us eventually. It don't gotta make sense to us right now. Because everything he says is gonna come to pass, and it's gonna be exactly how he said it. Just like you got.
48 and 1.
This is the book of Genesis. Sorry. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 48, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Verse 2. And one told Jacob and said, behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. Verse 3. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me. Verse 4. And said unto me, behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make of thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession.
Right. So see, it goes right into what Priest Malachi said in the previous verse, in the 27th verse, where it says that Israel became multiplied and became fruitful. It's reinforcing that right here with Joseph, saying that Israel, his nation, his family grew, right? And it says what? And I will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession. But it says, will make of thee a multitude of people. Each tribe is a nation unto itself.
This book of Genesis, the 48 and verse 5. And now thy 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. Verse 6. And thy issue, which thou begettest after them, shall be thine, and shall be called after the name of their brethren and their inheritance. Verse 7. And as for me, when I came from Padan.
So Salaki, real quick. So basically what Jacob is saying is that his grandsons are going to be like his own sons.
Right.
Like they became a tribe.
Okay.
They weren't separate from the other tribes.
Right.
That came directly from Jacob's loins.
Right.
Ephraim and Manasseh came from Joseph. But since Joseph was Jacob's direct son, they will be his grandsons. But he says, even though they're my grandsons, they're going to be just like the rest of my sons.
Right.
They're not grandchildren, they're tribes on their own. So I just wanted to point that out. That's what it's saying right there in verse 6. Like, go ahead.
This book of Genesis 48 and verse 7. And as for me, when I came from Padam, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan in the way, when yet there was but a little way to come unto Ephrath. And I buried her there in the way of Ephrath, the same as Bethlehem. Verse 8. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons, and said, Who are these? Verse 9. And Joseph said unto his father, They are my sons, who God hath given me in this place. And he said, Bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Verse 10. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them and embraced them. Verse 11. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see thy face, and lo, God hath shewed me also thy seed. Verse 12. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. Verse 13. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand, toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. Verse 14. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. Verse 15. And he blessed Joseph and said, God, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life long unto this day. Verse 16. The angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Verse 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. Verse 18. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head.
Right. So right there, real quick, right? So it's a custom that the firstborn son gets the blessing of son. Like, give me Romans 9, where it says it's not of him that willeth, but the Most High do call him. Is that 13 or 14, right? 15. Yeah, 14, 15. So like here. 13. 16. Oh, is that by? Could you read 18 verse again, please, Baba Kasha?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 48, and verse 18. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn, and put thy right hand upon his head. Verse 19. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, and I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations.
Right. So right there. When did this happen in the Bible before? So now it's an Israelite custom. So now in the Christian church, mainly the Catholic church, right? They teach that Jacob, they call him Jacob the liar, and they said that somehow Jacob deceived Esau. When he could clearly, when you read the passage, it said they made a business deal. Right, Officer Malaki, it was clearly a business decision. He said, okay, I got food, you're hungry. You're the eldest one born, so I already know that the birthright should come to you. But Jacob didn't know the prophecy because the angel already told his mother. Right, so he said, okay, sell me, I pray thee, thy birthright. And then what did the so-called white man or oppressor? That's Esau in the Bible. He said, listen, man, I ain't trying to be the righteous anyway. Right. So you can keep that. I'll follow my belly. I'm hungry. Feed me, I pray thee, with the same raw food. I eat it just like that, not even cooked. And he made a deal. So the point is that even though it's a tradition and custom, the Lord always intervenes when he wants to instead of. Can you read that precept of
Romans 9 and 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that sheweth mercy.
Right. So just like how Isaac wanted to give Esau the blessing, the Lord said, no, give it to Jacob. Right. Just like how Joseph now is in the same position, and he wanted his eldest son, right? Manasseh to get the blessing.
Right.
But Jacob said, nah, I'm going to give it to Ephraim.
Right.
Right? And then we just read it. It's not of him that willeth, to him is what? It was Isaac, and now it's Joseph.
Right.
It's not up to them, it's of the Most High.
Right.
And the Most High chose Ephraim to be the head. You understand? The younger brother leapfrogged and became the head over the older brother. So, want to add to that, Officer Mark? Right, Officer Mark, go on, 20.
This is the book of Genesis, 48 and verse 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. Verse 21. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but God shall be with you and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Verse 22. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Verse 2. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob.
So now, you see what it says in the first verse? Everything you read from this point on is a prophecy.
Right.
It's prophesying where each of Jacob's sons will be in the future. So then when you see them, you'll be able to do what, Officer Ibad? Identify them.
Right.
And that's what the I.S.U.P.K did since 1969. We've identified the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the 12 sons of Jacob, the chosen people of God, the nation of Israel. So today called so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. And that's why we have the Sabbath service to go over the history, to let our people know that you do have a culture. You understand? That you are a Shemite and you're from the nation of Israel, that you're not a Hamite, you're not an African.
Right.
You understand? You are Israelite. In Hebrew, Yashar'Allah, a prince of the power, a prince of God. We are the chosen people of God.
Right.
And that's why when you see the I.S.U.P.K with the 12 tribe chart, is accurate.
Right.
Because we go into the Bible, we go into history, archaeology, and we identify these sons of Jacob, that he said what condition they will be in the last days. That's how we know the 12 tribes are.
Right.
You understand? And they were lost until 1969, till the I.S.U.P.K what? Identified them. And now we're what? Bringing back our culture.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 2. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Verse 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, in the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Verse 4. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defoulest thou it. He went up to my couch. Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Verse 6. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly.
So now we're going to read through all the prophecy on the tribes, but based on each condition that is spelled out, we have identified each tribe. You understand? It says Reuben is the firstborn, right? And he defiled his father's bed, meaning he slept with one of his father's wives. And then it says what? He should not succeed, meaning even as the firstborn, he didn't get the inheritance as the firstborn.
Right.
Just like how Manasseh didn't get the inheritance as the firstborn,
Right.
it went to his younger brother.
Right.
Just like Reuben was the firstborn, and he didn't get the birthright as the firstborn because of his actions. Then, if you read into the history, Levi and Simeon are brethren. Remember, it says in a future prophecy, instrument of cruelty. And if you know the 12 tribe breakdown, that captain of 10,000 captains out of New York so eloquently broke down, we know that instrument of cruelty is either called on one side Santeria, and Levi is called voodoo. Those are the instruments of cruelty, right? Also, it goes back to when they defended their sister against their father's wishes,
Right.
and made an enemy of the people that was around around them at the time, and they didn't let their father handle it diplomatically or let the Lord take vengeance. Because as a nation of Israel, the Lord is the one that defends us.
Right.
It says, thus saith the Lord, vengeance is his.
Right.
Right? So now what did happen since the year begun? Right, or the end of last year? We seen the sister got unalive, shot in the face. We seen the brother got choked out on the train, right? And all the murders. And black people, we marched and we was angry. Right? And we got no justice in the court system. But guess what? There was an earthquake in Tibet this week. Hundreds of Moabites died. There's a fire in California, right? 5 fires, as a matter of fact. Hollywood burnt down. Because why? Our Hollywood is one of the instruments our oppressor uses to psychologically oppress our people, why it's so hard for them to see the truth, and also to what? To shame us in the society because of the images that they use to portray us. So what did the Lord do? The Lord burnt down where they took the money from all the disparaging movies they made of the nation of Israel, and they went and built these treasure cities and these big houses in the hill. The Lord sent an angel through and destroyed it. So like you said, if I could, can you give me the book of Ecclesiasticus 39 and 39 and 29, I think it is. I believe. Let me see if it's that's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, 39 and 28, Salaki, Baba Kasha.
28.
Yeah, 39 and 28, Baba Kasha.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
That are created for what?
For vengeance.
For vengeance. So we don't have to lift a finger. The Lord defend his people, and the Lord is the one that take vengeance. Read.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
In their fury. So the Lord is furious of how they treat his chosen people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Read.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Who made these spirits of vengeance? The Lord. And they carry out the Lord's order. So that California, part of Southern California is burning down. The Lord sent these spirits. Right. These spirits, the angels. Right? Read on.
Fire.
What?
Fire.
Fire is a spirit created by God. So when you see fires, that's the spirit of the Lord. Right? In the month of December, when they were celebrating Christmas, all them Christmas trees caught fire in your houses and burn your house down. Right. We live here in Pennsylvania, different parts of Pennsylvania. I think it was Pottsville, a whole bunch of row houses of 30 Edomites, homeless, one night for those stupid Christmas trees. You understand? So when you see fire, that's the Lord. So when you see California burning down and you see those rich devils out there crying, that's the Lord. And another thing that people don't know with those fires, right? Even though a lot of our I.S.U.P.K brothers live in that part of California. What they did over Malakia, they had something called Proposition 13, which is a tax code, where what they did was the rich Edomites in that part of town, they didn't pay their property taxes. So the burden for the state to collect taxes was on the ghettos. So the city of Oakland, Los Angeles, in the hood where the Jakes live, where Israel live at, we, the poor people, bear the burden. Those rich Edomites up in the hills, they didn't pay their taxes. And General Muhammad brought out Thursday night that what? 2 Edomites control 95% of the water in the state of California. 2. What their name was, the what? Resnicks? The Resnick family. Because they farm avocado, would take a lot of water, and pistachio nuts and all that. But how could 2 devils control the water of an entire state? So when the fire department went to out the fires, guess what happened, Officer Malakia? When the fire department hooked up to the fire hydrants, the water pressure was so low, there's no water. Because the 95% went to the Resnicks. So now these rich devils that lived up in the hills that was not paying their property taxes, and actually the mayor of the city cut the budget for the fire department and increased it to the police department. So now they don't have enough staff to control the fire, and there's no water to control the fire. Why? Because our oppressor is greedy. You understand? So then that's how you know it's the Lord. They thought they was going to rob the earth and hoard all the wealth for themselves. And then guess what? Like the Lord says in the scriptures, he would feed them with their own flesh. Their own greed caused the situation. Salaki Moraka. Officer Malaki.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 29. Fire and hell and famine and death, all of these were created for vengeance.
Famine. That's another thing the Lord is bringing on the earth.
Right.
I think we just seen. I was watching Captain Mashak's class Wednesday night in D.C. and a brother from Virginia was showing the shelves because of the little bit of snow they got. There was no water on the shelves. He said there was no water on the shelf, no chicken in the freezers in the meat department, and no eggs. Even when I went to the supermarket, my rib and I, we seen a carton of 24 eggs for what? $16. $16 for a carton of eggs. So that famine is coming because guess what they just found out? They just found out that bird flu, they had the first death of bird flu. And now think about it. Bird flu is called an avian flu. They found bird flu in cows. How you break that down? Right? Because cattle is called bovines. Right? So they found the avian flu, which is birds, is avian. They found the bird flu in the bovine, in the beef, in the cattle. How do cows get bird flu? So now the milk and the eggs is destroyed. And that's why a carton of eggs is so expensive. So we just read that the Lord is being what? Oversight by, if you could real quick, give me Isaiah 29:6. And we see the same thing that we're going to read. What happened to the Egyptians is the same thing that's happened to the modern day Egyptians, America. The Lord is bringing fires, famine. And they said 2024 was the hottest temperature of the earth in recorded times. So now I think a lot of the citrus farmers in Florida and California said it doesn't pay to be a citrus farmer because it's not yielding the increase that it did before. So we just said that what? Famine is a spirit created by the Lord. So we're going to see when you see these things in the earth, this is why.
This is the book of Isaiah, 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts.
So God is visiting the earth. God is visiting the earth. So when you see all these things that's happening to the nation of Israel, you see a black man getting choked out on a train, a sister getting unalive shot in the face, right? I think I just heard a story of two oppressors that adopted children, most likely was Israelite children. They were both given 100 years because of the abuse they was meting out. And countless stories we see when we tune in to Black Watch, the state of the kingdom, what they're doing to our people. So it says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. How?
With thunder.
With what?
Thunder.
Storms, right? Thunder represents storm. When you hear thunder, is usually accompanied in the storm, right? Read on.
And with earthquake.
And with what?
Earthquake.
So we just had an earthquake in Tibet. That's Moab over there, right? Even though they try to break off from mainland China, but the Tibetans are Chinese, they're Moabites. They just had an earthquake over there. So that's what? That's the Lord visiting the earth. Read on.
And great noise.
And great noise. Those are bombs. Ukraine, right? In different parts of the continent of Africa, there's civil unrest. And right now in South Korea, the people is protesting. Read on.
With storm.
With what?
Storm.
Shut down the whole DMV. The DMV is what? That's Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. Shut down with only what? I think they only got like what? 4 to 7 inches of snow. Shut the whole zone down. No water in the supermarkets. Read on.
And tempest.
And tempest. That's storms as well. Read.
And the flame of devouring fire.
And there it goes again. Like Priest Malachi read in Ecclesiasticus and in Isaiah saying the same thing. That when you see fire, earthquakes, and storms, these are all the hand of the Lord. So what is our responsibility? To have a revolution is very simple. The I.S.U.P.K since 1969 have been telling Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. One thing, Officer Malak, if you could, it'd be Deuteronomy 27:1, and then we go back to the reading. What time is it? Time check.
Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Did it say the 10 Commandments, Officer Malak?
Keep all the commandments.
Keep all the commandments, over 600 plus commandments in the Bible. from Genesis to Revelation, and they're powerful. All of them, not just the Sabbath day, the 7-day adventurers, right? Not just the Feast of Weeks, right? Pentecostal church, all the commandments, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws, the civil and moral laws. You understand? That's our responsibility as Israelites. That as God is visiting the earth and jacking up our oppressor in the heathen nations, that at the same time, we need to get our acts together.
Right.
We need to return back to the laws of the Most High. Stop eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. Stop celebrating these pagan holidays. And the number one pagan holiday is your birthday.
Right.
You understand? The stars are for signs, not for your own personal signs.
Right.
It's a sign for the nation. It's not Capricorn season or Virgo season or whatever season.
So I got the mid-war.
Come on, Council.
Part of getting our act together as Israel is following the people that God ordained to lead us.
Right.
Right.
Like if people say, "Oh, I don't follow me, I only follow God." Back in that time, Moses said, "Keep all the commandments I give to you." You understand?
Right.
Imagine somebody saying, "I don't want to follow Moses, I only follow God," not knowing that God ordained Moses to lead the people, give them these commandments, give them these laws.
Right.
Just like in the school, in the world too. You know, if you don't want to follow the people who's above you, you're going to have a price to pay.
That's right.
And if you don't want to listen, the police going to make you listen. The lawyer and the judge going to make you listen. And so that jail cell sentence is going to make you listen. If you don't follow the people that God ordained, you're not going to be safe when He bringing these plagues. Just like how we say, you know, these famines and this fire comes from the Most High. Christ said the same thing. He said these things must pass before He come back.
Right.
And this is just how deep the mental slavery runs in our people, because we see these famines, we see the prices in the grocery stores going up, we see less food, you understand? We see the rent and the bills being way more expensive than they were, and we want everything to go back to how it was. We don't really want Christ to come back because of how much we are slaves mentally to this kingdom. We don't want this kingdom to fall. In order for this kingdom to fall, we're going to have famines. We're going to have these blizzards and these fires. We're going to have to watch everything that we relied on for so long crumble to dust and blow away. Honestly. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to happen. You understand? Because of the lack of faith. We don't have enough faith in the Most High that He's going to get us through it. That if we're keeping these laws, we're not keeping these laws just for fun.
Right.
We're not keeping these laws just because it's something cool to do, because it's a popular thing to do. We're keeping these laws because we know that the Most High will protect us and provide for us, especially in these last days.
That's right.
Especially when these famines are sweeping through all these stores. It's something that we experienced, I think, hell, when Trump got into office a couple of years ago. When he was cutting off the food stamps and everybody was going crazy. When he was cutting off the, I think it was the W-2s.
Right.
Everybody was going crazy because America was falling and they wanted it to be running and functioning perfectly.
Right.
We want America to function perfectly. We can't have America functioning perfectly and Christ coming back at the same time.
Right.
It's not going to happen. And most of us want America to function perfectly. We don't have as much faith in the Most High as we think we do. You understand? If you want to get through these times, you got to focus on having faith. It's not going to be something that you can see right in front of you. You may not know where your meal's going to come from next month.
Right.
You may not know at all. It could be like, I don't know how I'm going to eat. If you got faith, the Bible say the Lord feed the birds in the sky. They don't, store up like bears do throughout the winter. They don't get all their food and pack it up. They just go and find food every day. These birds ain't worrying about where their next meal when it comes from. They know they're gonna eat.
That's right.
They know they're gonna eat for sure. We can't be worrying about this our carnal needs and our carnal desires. We can't be so focused on that we forget that we need to have faith in the Most High. He will provide all of that for us in these last days. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of believing in the Most High,
Right.
having faith
Right.
when you don't see it. You understand? What precept did you just have?
Oh, it was Deuteronomy 27:1, and we was reading Isaiah 29:6.
I was thinking of something else. You got it. Don't worry.
Okay, we could go back to the reading about Shah.
This is the book of Genesis, the 49, and verse 6.
Were we going to till 14 or 15?
15, right?
15 Kawaka. So let's read straight through so we can send out the prayers.
Come. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, my honor. Be not thou united, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Verse 7. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob, and scatter them in Israel.
And as you could know, Levi and Simeon is on the same island, but they're divided by language. One speaks French, one speaks Spanish. One side is called Haiti, the other side is called the Dominican Republic. Hispaniola. Read on.
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right, FBA, ADOS, right? Black Americans, so-called Negro. As Judah. Read on.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
And let's not get it mistaken. My son, thou, what? It says, from thy prick, no, see? It
Judah.
says, thy hand should be in the neck of thy enemy, right? In the government. Thy father's children should bow down to thee. Why? Because of Yahawashi.
Right.
Right? Hebrews 7:14 is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Right.
Read on.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Right. We bow down to Christ. He's the King of Israel.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He shall stoop down. He coucheth as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
So the black man's like a lion. The Negro is like a lion. But now he's like an old lion because of Christianity.
Right.
You understand? Like Priest Malaki was saying, because of our sin. Read.
Verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come.
Until our king return. That's Yahawashi. Read on.
And unto him shall be the gathering of the people.
You understand? Christ is going to gather the 12 tribes. Read.
11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass coats unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
Read on.
Verse 12.
That's a prophecy. And what did they say in the New Testament? Behold, a man gluttonous, a wine bibber. So Christ drank a lot of wine. Read on.
Verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
Read on.
Verse 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his borders shall be unto Zidon. Verse 14. Issachar is as a strong ass couching down between two burdens.
Right.
Verse 15. He saw that rest was good in the land, that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
A servant unto tribute, or a servant unto what? Work. And Issachar, we know through the nation of Israel, to the I.S.U.P.K, we found out that strong ass crouched down between two burdens. An ass is the ancient word for a donkey. Right? And the two burdens is the two sacks on the back of the burro, as Issachar would call it. And at one time on the flag of Mexico was a donkey with two sacks on its back. That's the prophecy, as we read in the first verse. It says, what shall befall them in the last days? And that's where we see the tribe of Issachar. Not only are they, the country of Mexico is where the United States get most of their agriculture from, right? Most of the farms in California is ran and controlled by Issachar. You understand? And a lot of other industry that we don't know about, that Issachar, because we don't want to stereotype them that they only just farmers.
Right.
You understand? Issachar is in the military. It's in Esau's military.
Right.
As a matter of fact, Issachar and Ephraim are the number 2 nations in our oppressor's military. Showing you that Issachar and Ephraim are total warriors. That's the spirit of the Lord. But they take their talents and use it for our oppressor to make their military so great. And we know Judah is up in there too as well. You understand? So we'll just bring that to a close. We'll take up Genesis 49 and 16 next week. Officer Malaki, want to bring anything out? All right, so with that, we'll bring this portion of the service to a close. Men up here, I.M.A.D.I.U.M.
YAHANNA, which means to Israel.
All right, men of Israel, I.M.A.D.I.U.M. to salute the Torah. You can stand. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barak Yah. All right, congregation, I.M.A.D.I.U.M. Wasar, Wapanya Hakodam, and turn and face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Malakata.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratazah.
Baratazah.
Tawaf.
Tawaf.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem.
Bacham.
Kal.
The one.
Asalakna. Kabawakna. Kasalakna. Kabawakna. Wala'ah. Nabi'ayna. Messiah one. Abal. Awshayna. Mayan. Ra. Hayah. Macha. Amalakwa. Allah.
English translation. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done in earth,
Thy will be done in earth.
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our
as
debts.
we forgive our
As
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Baruch Shah.
Makananawa. Akat. Akat. Ba'apah. Makala. Akal Madawa. Akat. Batahor. Amatazariah. Akat. Ba'afu. Amafi. Akat. Arakawat. Atama Allah. The Garshan. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Pray for the power English translation. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal
Power to heal.
all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanawa. YAHANNA. Wahabaya. Saparia. Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, bless Israel, English translation. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh,
In the name of
Yahweh.
Yahushua.
bless us
Bless us.
and Israel
And Israel.
in the school. In the name of Yahweh, thank you so big.
In the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
YAHANNA.
Wa Yahweh. Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa
Wa Lahayim. Matazabaya. Alawak Yahanna. Alawakiyam. Arasaranyam. Akwadazayayam. Achayayayam. Wahadwathiyam. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wa'araman. Power structure blessing, English translation. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Mayan. Gabaa. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Waharataza. Al-Yathan. Namawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawun. Tamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawun. Wala'a. Yayashun. Shawamor. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Tamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yad. Yaminka. Yawamun. Hashamash. La'a. Yachaika. Wairak. Malayala. Yahweh. Tamarka. Kaurai. Hashmor. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashmor. Tazaatka. Rabaka. Baita. Ba'aidagulum. English translation. Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
For whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from
My
Yahweh,
help cometh from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
Even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Wa'al-Dakharash. Wa'al-Dashakwat. Al-Kayana. Awal-Yabika. Yahweh. Yahweh. Ra'ash. Al-Aimaka. Yahweh. Sawadah. Ma'itha. Ya'ayatazawar. Al-Tazapawanyaka. Amorwa. Nakhuwa. Wanakakila. Wagalia. Wala'a. Yazakor. Jeb Yasha'ala. Iwada. Ayah. Ayatazawar. Yaba. Yakhadwa. Aliyaka. Wariyah. Yaharatwa. Aholia. Adawam. Waidashimai. Aholia. Mawaba. Wangorim. Gabor. Ma'aimawan. Ma'aimalak. Palashak. Angashabya. Tazawar. Gamashawar. Nanawat. Haimum. Hayawa. Zawai. Labanilawat. Salah. Aishalahum. Kamadia. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Hayabula. Manakho. Hoy Yashwan. Yashamadwa. Bayan. Dara. Iowa. The Mun. God Datman. Shayat Thunwa. Nada Yadmawa. Kaira. Bakazabak. Bakazabak. Hold Tazmanai. Hold Nasir Kumwa. Ashore. Amorwa. Narawashah. Now what? Narat. Alahayim.
Alahaya,
Alahaya, Shayatanwa, Regaula, Akwash,
so Panya
or Panyawaka,
Gaash,
Gaash,
Ira,
Ira,
Akalaba,
Wakwalaba,
Salaha,
Swalaha,
Arayum,
Arayum,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradama,
Paradama,
Rasa Iraka,
Basa Iroka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapatka,
Wapatka,
Nabahalam,
Nabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
On
your home, Kuala One, Hayama, Shabba, Yahoo, Nabashwa, Wayabahawa, Aigai, Wayafakarwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaigwa, Kayata, Shabba, Yahoo, Ayawan, Al-Kaharataza, Psalm 83, English translation. Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies
For lo, thy enemies
make a tumult,
make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them
let
off
us cut them off
from being a nation,
be the nation.
that the name of
The
Israel
name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
have confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacle of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
the Moab,
Moab,
and Ammon,
and
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Lot,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
the brook of Kishon,
which perished in Endor.
perished in Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the
Make
earth.
their nobles like Oreb,
They rose like a
and
ram,
like Zieb.
like the earth.
Yea, all their princes, as Zabah and as Aruna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, and as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh of the Most High, of all the earth. I set up the curses. Repeat after me. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Baruch Hashem. Listen to us now, right now. Send evil and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasures of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogue and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse comitasse, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army Navy, Air Force Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahawashi, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread through the media, through the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahawashi, thank you always. So be it. Sorry. It's turn. All right, sisters, you shall be in. Oh, yeah, go to spot. Imagine, sister. Men of Israel, we're going to give each other a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I-M-A-D-U, Shabbat, I-M-A-D-U, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shad, Rock-A-Thumb. You at the top, SARS, turn, sisters, I-M-A-D-U. Men of Israel, we're going to give sisters a courtesy salute, and they will repeat the salute back to us. Men of Israel, I-M-A-D-U, Shabbat, I-M-A-D-U, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yajabata, class dismissed.